Hello guys, welcome to Gambhir Tech YouTube channel and also welcome in this video. So in this video we are going to start with the introduction. As earlier in the previous video we have discussed about the course structure of the C programming. So in this video we are going to start with the introduction of the C programming language. Also we'll download the code blocks. So let's start with the introduction. So C language was developed in 1972 by Dennis Ritchie. We all know that thing. It was developed at AT and T's Bell Laboratories of USA. And the earlier version of C was called as B, which was written by Ken Thompson. So what is C language? I have already told you that it is a basic programming language. I have already taught you that thing in the previous videos. That was the basic to C programming language, but that was in Hindi language. So C programming language is the basic programming language. And which language was used before C? I have already discussed that the previous version of the C language was called as B language, that was written by the Ken Thompson. And now here why it was developed, because we all know that everything or every language has some limitations of it. So to overcome that we have to we can say improve that language and to make the more portable. So here is the last question: why to learn the C language? Because it is very simple language and basic language. If you want to learn anything or any new language other than C, so firstly you have to clear its basics, and the basic programming language is the C programming language. So let's discuss what does C means in C programming language. Here we have C language. So what does C means? So let's go to the notepad. So we have discussed that earlier version of the C was B. Which was written by, I'm just writing it here in the brackets, Ken Thompson. So now what does C means in C programming language? So C. So it was we can say that C programming language is the mixture of two languages, that is B and BCPL. BCPL stands for Basic Combined Programming Language. So it was a mixture of two, B and BCPL. Now what is BCPL? It was the earlier version of B. So firstly we have BCPL, then we have B, and then we have C language. Now Ken Thompson adopted the B language from the BCPL, and Dennis Ritchie studied the BCPL and B, and he saw some of the limitations and improved it and named as C language and in this C means combined, because it was a combination of B and BCPL with some improvements. Next we have features of this language. So features of this language are, first one is it is easy language, basic language, and third one is reliable, and fourth one is the main, that is high level or middle level language. Mostly we call it as middle level language, but in some books it is written as the high level language, middle level language. So now we will discuss the different types of programming language just in brief, because it's not too much typical to learn about the programming languages, programming language types. So we have basically two types. First one is high level and the second one is low level language. So now let's discuss what is the high level language. So high level language in general we can say that which includes the normal letters, normal words, and these languages are the machine independent language, high level languages. So these are the languages like I'm writing printf, so it is the high level language. Now what is low level language? So low level language is which is understood by the computers only, machines only. It is also called as somewhere machine level language or assembly level language, which is in the form of 0 and 1. So if I am writing a binary code, so this is the low level language which is understood by the computer only. So here is the problem in this, that computer can understand only this 1 and 0 binary, and human does not understand this thing. Let's say this is the binary code for printf command. So we can learn this, that 10110010. But if we have to write the 1000 lines of a code, then what we will do? Can we write it in the binary language? So it is impossible for us to write it in the binary language. And now if we'll write in this command printf, we are writing, but we understand it that we are giving the command to the computer for the printing, but the computer does not understand this language. So low level languages are those which are understood by the computers only, and the high level languages are those which do not understand by the computer but understood by the user or the programmer. Now here we have the translators, which are used to convert high level language to low level language and low level to high level. Just it is named as translator. We all know that, like a Google translator, that Google translator what does, it translates one language to another, like Hindi to Punjabi or English to Punjabi, English to Hindi. Similar way, there are the translators It's a software which is used to convert the high level as well as low level language into its alternative, like high level to low level and low level to high level language. So there are three types of the translators are there. So from which first one first one is compiler, second one is interpreter, and the third one and the last is assembler. Now let's discuss it one by one. What does the compiler do? I just want to say that the compiler and the interpreter both are working on the same thing, that they are converting the high level language into the low level language or the machine level language. Now the question arises here that if the compiler and the interpreter both are changing the high level language into the low level language, then what is the difference between them? We can use only one instead of that two. So the difference is this in this those two translators are that compiler reads the program at a time, whole program at a time, and searches the error and lists them. So compiler, what does the compiler do? Compiler reads the whole program at a time and searches the error and lists them. If the if the program is error free, then it is converted into the .obj file, that is the object code. And when the program is of the longer size, then the compiler is preferred. Mostly we use the compiler. And what does the interpreter do? Interpreter reads the first line of the program and then it will check it has error or not. If it has any error, then it will say that this first line is having an error. Let's say we have recovered that error, and after that we have compiled that file. So it is just doing it runs again and compile the second line, goes to second line, and then again check errors. Again the process is followed, that if there is an error in the second line, then it will show you an error, otherwise it will compile the whole program. So in the compiler we can say just that compiler reads the whole program at a time, but the interpreter does not. Interpreter reads line by line and check whether it has an error or not, and it takes more time as compared to the compiler. Next we have assembler. So we have discussed these two, compiler and interpreter, which are used to convert the high level language to the low level language. Next we have assembler. So assembler is basically used to convert the low level language to high level language. So it is converting the output. Likewise, the computer is giving the output in the form of the binary. So it is converting that binary form into the high level language to the human readable language. So these are the three types of translators. Now let's see from where we have to download the code blocks. You can download it from the internet, and also you can download, if you want to download the Turbo C, that's your wish, but I like the Turbo code blocks, so I will download that. So let's go to the Chrome browser. Now we have just reached at the Chrome browser. I have opened this Chrome browser and now I am just going to type here code blocks. So after just searching it, the first website you have seen, that codeblocks.org, just click on their downloads. After clicking on downloads, you will see here binary release. Download the binary release. Just click on that and from here you can download. Likewise, CodeBlocks 20 0.03 setup, and just go to here, download from ForceHub or the SourceForge ForgeNet.net. I use the SourceForge.net. Just click on that and it will start downloading automatically. So you can see here that it has been started here. I'm just going to downloads. I'm just pausing because I have that code blocks, so you can download it from this website codeblocks.org. So thank you guys for watching this video, and if you like the video, just like it, comment it and subscribe the channel if you don't. Thank you so much.